Good evening, I'm Donna Bush with your CID-TV News Brief and weather forecast. We begin with the latest from Friday's press briefing.
We have 255 tests to report today, 6 positive, of whom 3 are travellers and are in hotel isolation. These are returning travellers. 2 are travellers who were on what I call the exit screen at the end of their period of isolation, and 1 in a child from Red Bay Primary School, and that result is weakly positive.
If in fact this turns out to be a false positive, that would be wonderful. But we needed, and we do believe we are justified in erring on the side of caution. As Dr. Lee has indicated, more than 200 tests have already been performed, including all of the students who were in that particular year. And on the reopening of schools, all year groups were placed in containment bubbles as a safety measure. And parents of those students are also being tested as well.
For the latest COVID-19 information, you can go online to gov.ky. Well, the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure, in partnership with Caribbean Utilities Company, have launched a home energy efficiency competition with prizes valued up to $35,000. The Honourable Joseph Hugh explains more.
Community, we have to assist each other in learning how to live green, as we call it. And sometimes there's a situation of supply and demand, and if there are private sector individuals out there that want to get into the green economy, but the demand isn't there, and then if there are the residents who want to lower their carbon footprint and do their part, but the opportunities aren't there from the private sector to support them, and so we're trying to grow that, and one of the ways that we're doing that is through this competition that we have doing in partnership with Caribbean Utilities Company. And the idea there is for persons to compete for an opportunity to make their house or to get their home reassessed and packages to become a greener and a cleaner home, whereas reducing their utility bills as well as doing their part in reducing the CO2 and their carbon footprint within the community.
The competition is open to all homeowners in Grand Cayman who reside within their property. 8 homes will be chosen for home energy audits worth up to $1,900. The audits will analyze the homes and determine where and how energy is being lost, what systems are operating inefficiently, and recommend improvements that can be made to substantially lower utility bills. One of the homes will be chosen to receive a full home energy makeover worth up to $20,000. Now, the retrofit will be unique to the home based upon the results of the audit, but may include solar water heaters, smart thermostats, envelope ceiling and spray foam attic insulation, energy efficient appliances, LED bulbs, and more. Now, you can find out more about the energy policy competition at energy.gov.ky. The Attorney General and the Portfolio of Legal Affairs announced the launch of the Cayman Islands dedicated legislation website, legislation.gov.ky. The launch means that the public can now access all current Cayman Islands legislation free of charge on a single website. This includes laws and regulations, as well as all bills tabled for consideration by the Legislative Assembly. Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin noted this has been a long time coming, and he's very pleased that legislation.gov.ky has been launched. Now, the site was developed by Law Revision Commissioner Dr. Camille Stoll-Davey of the Portfolio of Legal Affairs. She explained that in the near future, the portfolio intends to further enhance the website's functionality. She also thanked the Computer Services Department and the National Archives for assisting with this achievement. On Thursday, we heard from Mr. Peter Carpenter, Director of the Office of Education Standards, as the new framework was launched. Today, we hear what the framework aims to help local schools do.
We found a number of areas in schools over the first round of inspections which we think, with greater attention, the schools will be able to improve. And one of those areas is the focus the schools place on different groups of children, and making sure that every child in a school makes the progress of which they're capable. Clearly, as the Cayman Islands government, we're very interested in the achievement of all children, but Caymanian children particularly, we know, are not necessarily achieving their potential in public schools and also in private schools. So we're going to ask the schools to start thinking a lot more closely and paying great attention to how well those Caymanian children are achieving in their core areas of learning. So that's one area of focus.
Right.
We want to develop the leadership of our schools, and we think that a characteristic of an effective leader is someone who makes a difference to the school. And that's not just the principal, it'll be the vice principal, other senior staff within the school. How well do the leaders in the school help the school to improve? So we're fortunate in the position that we're in now that we've almost completed a first round of inspections. We're coming back again for the second cycle of inspections. And in that context, we can say for each school, what difference have the leaders of the school made from 2 years ago? Is the school getting better? And which areas does it still need to improve? Have they done anything effectively in addressing the recommendations from last time?
Also included in the framework is a recommendation for governance boards in schools, which would actively involve various stakeholders, including parents, who would be part of the decision-making process. If you'd like to read the latest publication from the Office of Education Standards, or OES, it is now available online at oes.gov.ky. Officers and reservists with the Cayman Islands Regiment made their way to Cayman Brac recently as part of its recruitment drive.
The response has been good. It has been good. We've got a couple of applicants at the moment filling in applications now. We've had, I think we had about 7 or 8 earlier on this morning coming and asking questions, general questions, and they've left saying, yep, we'll apply.
4 new recruits from Cayman Brac have successfully signed up to become reservists. And turning now to the forecast from the Cayman Islands National Weather Service, today's high temperature reached 87 degrees, the low 78. There's also a 40% chance of rainfall. The winds are from the southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Now, the synopsis shows scattered showers with light to moderate southeasterly winds and seas will continue across the Cayman Islands area for the next 24 hours as an upper-level cyclone enters the Northwest Caribbean and supports localized convection. Radar images show scattered showers in and around the Cayman area that's moving towards the west. For more on local weather, you can go online to weather.gov.ky or simply download their app, that's CINWS. And that ends today's news brief here on CIG Television for today and this week. I'm Donna Bush, wishing you a wonderful and, of course, a safe weekend.